darlings, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time. It's been a couple weeks, huh? Maybe a month. So today's video is going to be a little different. I'm just going to be I'm cleaning off my vanity. I'm clearly just chilling, but I wanted to take some time to get on here before the new year and update you guys on how things have been going since I moved, my job, all types of stuff. So this is gonna kind of be like a chit chat type of video. So think like chit chat, get ready with me, like makeup and all of that. Think that, but not doing my makeup. Instead, think like chill, I'm cleaning stuff up, I'm doing stuff while I talk to you guys. If you're interested in anything like that, keep watching. If not, thanks for coming to this point of the video. Have a happy new year. Okay, so I know that like one of the first things my speechies are going to do is going to ask me about my job. But before I get there, I'm gonna just talk about the adjustment in general. I've been here now for since July, so about almost 5 months. It's December, yeah, 5 months. So one of the videos that I made when I was here, one of the first videos I made when I was here, was I was talking about like giving yourself time to adjust to new things. And of course, y'all should know by now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that anytime I make an encouraging video, it's usually gonna be for me to watch back. Because I was not expecting my adjustment period to be as difficult as it was. And I'll explain what I mean by that. It was just so many different emotions. Like, I felt like I wanted to do a video about the update and moving here and how things were, but I was just on such a like up and down. Like, if I would have done a video at that point, it just would have been like, it would have been different. Like, situations would have been different by the time I put it up. Like, it was just like that many feelings just up and down about everything. And so I was just like, let me just not. Let me just not, okay? Because one day I'll be feeling like something, the next day I'll be feeling like something else. I'm not about to just be all over the place. How do I like it here? I like it here. It's nothing wrong with being here. There are differences. And I think some of my like cons or complaints aren't really complaints. I think they're just differences. And I think I've just never been away from what I'm used to. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not bad, it's just different. Looking back, like I had a lot to adjust to. I mean, still do in a way, but I think stuff is kind of evening out now. It was just a lot to adjust to at one time. I moved here. Right before I moved here, I got engaged, and then I moved, and then I was starting a new job, and that new job even had like stuff in it. So like, it's a new job in a new setting, you know? So let's get to my job. It's very different. I'm in the high school setting, and I actually have a really big caseload for high school. I have about 54 students, and I'm a full-time, one school, yeah. So if you are in the SLP world, you know that that's not typical. Like, usually, not that I know of. And I'm not even the only SLP at my school. There's one other SLP that I work with who's full-time as well. So there's 2 full-time SLPs, and the need is there. And I don't work with the severe kids. I don't work with, that's what the other SLP works with. I work with like SLD, receptive expressive delay, like, you know, I do work with like a little autism, and, you know, but I have higher functioning kids. And she has a bigger caseload than me. Older kids are different. They are so much more different. And I was like, I said, like, I'm made for high school. Like, I'm made for high school, bro. For real, it's nothing to it. These kids made me question whether I was made for high school, but I'm made for high school. Let me tell you what I like about it. There is not a ton of planning, On my part, I do have activities that I plan, but it's not to the level of like planning activities with the little ones. Simply because I have the higher functioning ones, a lot of their schoolwork a lot of their goals are kind of incorporated within their schoolwork. So if they come to me and they have assignments and stuff like that, that's usually what we're working on. And in helping them work on that, it addresses their goals. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes I completely say, no, we ain't doing your homework. Let's do something else, and I'll have an activity to help them understand something in a better way. Let me tell you guys, and let me tell you parents something. Teenagers are going through it these days. And I mean, probably not even these days. They probably were going through it when I was a teenager. But goodness gracious, I feel like they weren't going, like I feel like maybe we were going through it as teenagers, but like these teenagers have a whole different set of issues. I mean, and I hate to be that person, but I really think it's because they grew up with social media. When I was in high school, social media was kind of on the rise. So like wasn't nobody, like we had Twitter, but wasn't nobody really like exposing people on phones, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, it was one incident that happened at my school. But I mean, like it wasn't there wasn't a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? The amount of times I hear about anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, like it's rampant. And it breaks my heart daily. Just like it'll break your heart when you're working with little ones and they can't read and they don't understand, or they might be nonverbal or something like that. To see a teenager who is stressed out now as a teen, I'm like, baby girl, you ain't even got to your 20s yet. So a lot of times as a high school SOP, I find myself borderline social worker. It challenges me every day. My job challenges me every day. Whether it's how to explain stuff to students, whether it's rearranging my schedule so that the students can get what they need, whether it's sitting and listening to a student vent and cry and need a hug, it's so many things. The other thing about my job and the kids is just that they really open me up to the type of therapist I am. You know, I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about what I like and what I don't like. I'm learning how to close my mouth, because teenage attitudes, whoo, and I'm young, okay? I feel like I'm not that much older than these kids. And and they know I'm young. They don't know how old I am. I won't tell them. Even if they guess and they guess right, I won't tell them. I told a kid today, I was like, could you take your hood off for me? He was like, yo, you look like a student. Yes, I know. Could you take your hood off for me? Thank you. They talk to me. They feel like they can relate, you know, and everything else. There's times where I have to remind you that you're a student and we're not friends. Overall, I like working with the kids. I like checking in on them. I like being able to talk candidly to them. Working with older kids is a different type of fulfillment than working with little ones, and that's my experience. Little ones, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm setting you up for development. I'm setting you up to take this into the rest of your school career or whatever. High school kids, some of them aren't going to college. Some of them aren't doing any of that. So like, you've got to get ready for life. These are the kids that's gonna be teaching my kids. Like what are we supposed to do? I'm scared. Anyway, let's talk about the new year. What are you guys' goals? This year, 2018, I decided for the first time to write down my goals, and let me tell you something. It has made all the difference. Like, I just said, hey, what the heck, I'm just gonna try it, because I really was not a believer that if you wrote it down, it would make any difference. It did. Just about everything is checked off of my goal list this year. So I just had a good year. I went into the new year saying, I don't want anything that God doesn't have for me. I want to get out the way. I am not dealing with myself. Like, I'm not playing with my games, you know, because I get in the way sometimes. and I try to make things happen for myself, and I wasn't doing that this year. I think I did a pretty good job. 2019, I want to go into it boldly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I want to go into 2019. There's a meme that's going around like social media, and it says, be scared and do it anyway. So I was like, you know what? That kind of aligns with my mindset for 2019. Like, I really want to go into 2019 with boldness. You know what I'm saying? I really want to go after the things that God has led me to and God has given me. But the more I got to thinking, I'm like, but be scared and do it anyway. I get it. I get the concept. I get like, okay, you're gonna be intimidated, you're gonna feel scared, but do it anyway. But I wanna just add to that, just in case you're a believer, I just wanna give you a few biblical reminders for your 2019, if that's what you're on, okay? If that's the energy you're on for 2019, but you're also a believer in Jesus Christ, let me remind you of something. The Bible says, 2 Timothy 1:7, for God did not give us a spirit of timidity, I'm in the Amplified, or cowardice or fear, but he has given us a spirit of power and of love and of sound judgment and personal discipline, abilities that result in a calm, well-balanced mind and self-control. That's the word. Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious or worried about anything, but in everything, every circumstance and situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, continue to make your specific, I'm in the Amplified, specific requests made known to God. When I am afraid, Psalm 56:3 says, I will put my trust and faith in you. Isaiah 41:10, do not fear anything, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Be assured I will help you. I will certainly take hold of you with my righteous right hand, a hand of justice, of power, of victory, of salvation. Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified or dismayed or intimidated, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Baby girl. Be Simone voice. You don't have to be scared and do it anyway. You can have faith and do it anyway. You can believe in Jesus and do it anyway. You can walk out what he has for you in boldness, okay? But that's only if you believe in Jesus, you know? I mean, like, if you want to be scared and do it anyway, by all means. My 2019, I'll be walking in holy boldness. How about you? So yeah, the other update for 2019 I wanted to get on here and tell you guys the reason why this video is so important is because for January, I won't be on social media, and I know I haven't really uploaded in a while anyway, but there won't be any videos in January. The reason why is because I am gonna take a social media break. Honestly, I've never really been a fan of people who announce that they're gonna be off of social media, but cause I'm like, you can just go, like, we're okay, sis. But if you have, like, I have an audience. I got people who would be wondering where I am if I didn't come back till February. So I don't want you to think it's my inconsistency. It's on purpose. I kind of just want to test this theory. I want to see what it does for me. I want to see if it really, if I notice a difference. You know, everybody says that it's a difference when they stay off social media and their mind is clear and everything else. And so I'm just gonna test the theory. You know, we'll see how it goes. I'll see if this is something that I can tell the difference like so big that it's something that I need to consistently do, or if I don't really feel a difference, then you know, but we're just gonna test the theory. Tell a friend. If anybody is commenting on anything, you know, let them know. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know all of those things, update you, encourage you for 2019. I will see you guys in February. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, spend it with your families. I'll be back home enjoying my beautiful chocolate nephew. Bye, darling. See you in 2019.